Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Spike. I am in the house for a little brief moment until the van is finished. They're at the shop working on it now. They dropped the pan, put the new harness in, they're putting a new filter in, they're putting a new gasket on, then they'll put the pan back on and everything should be good. Hopefully there's no leaks, crossing my fingers. But anyways, I thought I'd bring you along with some of my electronical decisions and what I've got set up here. So let's go with it. Okay, first off, I started with I've got a DC to DC battery charger that's 60 amps. That's going to charge my 600 or 500 and some odd amp hours of battery. I've got a heavy duty, so that's my DC to DC charger from the alternator. This is for when I have shore power. This is a 25 amp hour Victron. So that's Bluetooth and it's 12 volt at 25 amps. So that should be hefty and strong enough to charge my batteries quickly without taking several days. I have a 300 watt pure sine wise inverter for my Starlink and laptop and any other power AC needs that I need in my van. I don't need anything more than 300 watts. I don't have any big power draws. So that should be sufficient enough. Now, this is the main event for the solar panels that I just installed yesterday. This will control the two 200 watt solar panels. Yeah, I don't need the 100 volt, but because they're only 23 volts max, so I could put them in series if I wanted to. But that will be sufficient enough for that. Got the solar disconnect, got the pass through the roof wiring box, and then this is going to be my ground mount solar panel setup until I get another one of these, because I'd like one of these to be, because they work together. These don't work together. So when I connect a couple of ground panels, it will be connected through one of these on the side of my van. I might buy another one if I do more than 200 watts, but this should be enough for 200 watts. And then I've got two fuse blocks, one for the passenger, one for the driver's side. And it will all get connected to these ANL fuse blocks, mini fuse blocks. I've got two of them because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 high power draw devices. And then these two fuse blocks will be connected to the heavy duty bus bars. And then this will also be connected to this, which goes to the battery. And we'll also have that mounted to the chassis. This is going to mount to the chassis. This is going to mount to the chassis. This is our main fuse. And then we'll have a main turn off switch, disconnect switch for the whole entire system. This is a new one. This one will hold the amperage that I need to, if I have everything, mostly on and I'm pulling a high amps, this should handle. I think this is 270 amps, whereas my old ones are not. So that's my big power drives. Now this is all my little power drive. I got porch light, passenger driver. I got two junction boxes for those panels, or for those lights, so hopefully that will work. I've got a propane gas detector because I'm going to be using propane in my vehicle. I've got all my battery post fuse blocks. I've got AC power, I've got shore power, so that I can run, when I'm plugged in, I can plug everything into these power bars and charge everything up, including my Jackery box, things like that. Got all the connectors that I need. I've got more coming in the mail, but this is I got some ferrules for the Victron and all the wiring that I need to get done. I got O-ring connectors. I've got these I'm going to use for the solar panel mounts, the ground deploy mounts, so these will be the adjusting, so I don't have to use tools. Got a fish wire so that I can pull wires through anywhere I need to. I've got 3 stacks of wire loom, and I've got more hard stuff coming in. I've got 16, 14, 12, 10, and then 8 in the shop. I've got some 4 gauge in the shop. I've got some 1 gauge here. And that should be all the wiring I need. Cross my fingers I don't need any more. These are my main lights. I'm gonna have, you know, a set of like 4 in the back on a switch, and then I'll have a set of 4 in the back, in the middle on a switch, and like probably have a couple more in the front of the van on one of these switches in the driving area. This I might convert into a USB only block, so I'll pull the USB out of here, put it in here. I don't know yet. I might buy a couple more USB to fill this one and swap this 12 volt for a USB, and I don't know yet. I haven't decided fully what I'm going to do with all this yet. It's kind of up in the air. I've also got another cigarette light box outlet there, 12 volt outlet. Got USB lights, which will be on a switch as well. Got the external. This is for the shore power, so that I can get power inside for the Bluetooth for the Victron battery charger. And then I just got a miscellaneous box of power wires and cables from everything that's been connected. This was in the van, or this was in the car. I took it out and replaced it with a larger one. This is a 20 amp battery charger for the boat batteries. And that's pretty much it. I got some other miscellaneous doodads. Took some pod lights to the van. Got an old switch here that I probably don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This is something that is supposed to be for the Chinese diesel heater. I don't know if I'm going to use that yet. It's got some new fuel line for the diesel heater. Got some butt connectors, just in case I make a mistake and I don't have the wiring to replace it. And yeah, hopefully that explains my solar setup and my electronical needs. Hopefully we can get it all wired up correctly in the van with no fires. Everything will be fused properly. I will also have to run the big 3, which means I need to upgrade the negative wire from the engine to the chassis, the battery to the chassis, and a positive wire from the alternator to the battery. Those all 3 need to be upgraded for the 60 amp DC to DC charger that I've got. Otherwise I may end up starting a fire under the hood of the van and on the back, because it can't handle the power current that's going to be needed for that big draw. That's going to be all for now. I still haven't ordered a stereo, speakers, anything like that, because I'm out of cash. This is all very expensive stuff, so hopefully this will work out in my favor, because this is going to be my new home. So thanks for coming along for this little quick talking point video. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.